Welcome to the 2022 Advanced Lalo Guide. If you have passed the beginner guide, my last video, if you haven't seen it yet, you are now ready to get all the tips you could possibly need to smash every style of Legends League base with Lalo attacks. Let's get into it. Box bases is where we will begin. They're extremely common, extremely toxic, and it's not helped by the fact that generally, whether you're doing Queen Charge or Blizzard Lalo, you're going to be Laloing through the Town Hall. So, hopefully, by the end of this sort of rundown here and the few replays I've got for you all, you will understand how to Lalo through the Town Hall on box bases, or really on any base in the game. So we'll just quickly go through the steps here. So imagine I'm doing like a Queen Charge hit. We kind of Queen Charge in here, nice charge. Flame Flinger on the top side, I guess. So in terms of the base that's gone down, let's imagine it's something like this. We'll use the king, obviously, on this compartment here. So we've got a fair bit to Lalo here, particularly given it's a Queen Charge attack. So how will we go about this? Well, essentially the steps are basically the same that we talked about in the Lalo deployment section of the Beginner's Lalo Guide. It's just everything is a bit more critical because if you make a mistake, the Town Hall will destroy your entire attack. So what do we start with? Well, obviously we start at looking for the closest air defense, which is right over here. And why do we do that? Because 9 times out of 10 on box bases, the tornado is behind the Town Hall on one of those 4 tiles. The reason for that is because they're trying to stop clone attacks. Those clone balloon blimps are extremely effective on box bases, so they like to put the tornado behind the Town Hall. In fact, on most bases, it doesn't really matter what style it is. You will see the tornado behind the Town Hall. So what we want to do with our Hound is send it in a way that it's going to go over the back of the Town Hall like this and activate the tornado. This is good for multiple reasons. One, it activates the tornado, which means our loons aren't going to get stuck inside the Town Hall poison, but also the Hound getting stuck in the NATO will often get kind of wrecked by the single Inferno you see here. It will pop and activate not only the Town Hall if it's not active already, but it will activate a lot of the red bombs in the area that are also there to stop clone balloon attacks. So make sure that you get your Hound pathing spot on, and it's going to be the first thing you do. Now, the second thing, same as before. We're looking for individual defenses to target. So those 3 are the main ones there. Go quite heavy because obviously we're Laloing through the Town Hall. Now, if we're doing Queen Charge Lalo on this, we're going to have our RC with the Lalo here as well. So place her with the initial push. Now, as soon as that Town Hall is active, we are going to freeze it using one of your well-placed freezers. You're going to go for the single Inferno and the Town Hall. Now, once that first freeze kind of wears off, if you're doing Blizzard Lalo, obviously you'll send your next Hound and your Headhunters, and then you will haste through the Town Hall and hit that Warden ability. You gotta nail this Warden ability for Blizz or Queen Charge Lalo. And the haste spell should be placed so it covers like the center of the building and covers like another defense. So you want the loons to like shoot off the Town Hall to like this builder hut, then shoot off that and just get out of the area as quickly as possible. And then you kind of use your freezes if you've got haste spells left over for the rest of the attack to kind of overwhelm the back end. You should have a couple of loons left and you kind of just individually target a couple of the defenses. But that's just a quick rundown. Let's get into some live attacks for you. Okay, so here we are live, and look at this. This isn't me attacking. We've got Jesus, one of the top Blizzard Lalo players in the world. He's got multiple accounts inside the top 200. He's actually offered to help out. I figure, why would you guys watch me? I'm a Queen Charge Lalo player. I'm pretty bad with the Blizz Lalo. Let's watch someone who knows what they're doing. Now, we started with the Sui here because the Sui kind of blends into the Blizz, and look at this Lava Hound. Perfect. Not only does it pull the Nader, it pulls all the traps in the area, and it actually tanks that single Inferno. The pups activate the Town Hall, and then look at this. We get the Hound and the Headhunters in the Warden ability. We haste off the Town Hall. There's so much happening at once. I almost wish I could watch it in half speed, but look at this Hound. This Hound is so good because it tanks that scatter. The Headhunter's got the enemy Queen down. The Queen is still chilling in the core. The RC's ability is only just gone off, as you heard there. And look at this last Lava Hound at the top. He didn't use a Lava Hound with the Blizzard because he just Blizzarded a corner. But even if he didn't have that Lava Hound, I'm pretty sure this is wrecked. Look how many spells he's sitting on. And that is how now you Lalo through the Town Hall. Now, this is a nice base for it, and not every base is going to be as nice as this, but I feel like this is the perfect way to start the video. Look at how many balloons. Look, he's swagging 4 spells. Now, if you couldn't keep up with everything that's happening there, go back and watch it again. He starts off with this Hound. We get some balloons behind. Hound activates the Town Hall and the NATO. Freeze Town Hall and single. Few extra balloons, then the Lava Hound Headhunters haste, and you are set up for the entire attack. On some box spaces though, it's just not always right to Lalo the Town Hall. For this one, for instance, it's really hard to blizzard the back end of this base safely, so the Town Hall blizzard is in favor. So, what does that mean for us? Well, we're gonna have to Lalo through the back end, and I picked this space deliberately because look at this. 3 back-end heroes. I know all of you really struggle with this style. Like, how do you get your headhunters? Watch what he's doing. He used 1 headhunter for the queen, 1 for the king with this RC, and the last one with the hound here, and look at it, we have 2 of them, is going to come in and look at that Warden ability. That's actually insane. He gets every balloon, every headhunter. We still got a Lava Hound flying across the base here. The scatter might get 1 shot on our balloons, but so much is up. Our queen's still chilling in the core. Actually, she's not chilling. She just died to the single. But the RC ability goes off. She's still chilling. We currently have 6 spells. I don't know why he didn't use the invis for the RC. He's trying to style, though, and you can't really blame him for that. But currently 6 spells, and I don't think he really needs any of them. But that was kind of perfect. Exactly how to Lalo the back end. You take down each hero 1 by 1 in tandem with your own heroes, doing the Sui in the middle. Take down each hero 1 by 1, and then just make sure your Warden ability gets your other hounds. Now, if you're doing Queen Charge Lalo and you've got to go through all the heroes, you can't really take them down 1 by 1. Generally, you're just going to spam all the Headhunters down on Warden immediately. But for that doesn't really happen as much with Queen Charge, because often you'll charge the defensive heroes, whereas with Blizz, that was picture perfect. Okay, so this box space obviously had to make it into a video. As you can tell, our Flame Flinger pops, so we're starting the Lalo here. The most important thing, aside from placing your Warden, is to not actually over-deploy your Lalo. So RC ability goes off, we'll invis for her. But not to over-deploy your Lalo. You need these balloons that you see for the back end. Unfortunately, that scatter's been a bit of a pain, but you need these balloons for the back end. So we pop the Warden early. That's alright, even with the NATO there, because all we need to do is get the Town Hall. Then you see these loons I'm hanging on to. We'll go 1, 2, 1, 2. And we're just going to haste them for the back end. It's all about getting just the back end down, because your Queen Charge has taken the whole base, particularly with this Kraken a lot of the time on boxes. Just get the Town Hall down. Make sure you just have some spare balloons, at least 4, to get the rest of the base down. If you have to use your haste on the Town Hall, then by all means. But particularly on these Queen Charge Lalo ones, some of the time that's not always best. Nobody likes a ring base, but for Lalo attacks, they're not actually that bad because a lot of the pressure is on your Blizzard or your Queen Charge. Because if the Blizzard / Sui after it, or the Queen Charge get the Town Hall down, it's actually really easy for Lalo. And the reason for that is, right, let's say hypothetically I Queen Charge something like this, right? Which is pretty, or maybe take out that. It's pretty achievable. It leaves a really narrow line of pathing here for the balloons. So the biggest tip I can give to you all is go really heavy on your deployment. And what better way to show this than get immediately into a live attack? Okay, so ring bases with Blizz Lalo is a little unusual on the basis that a lot of the time you might be without your Warden. As you can tell, I am not using my Warden here because he's already been used with the Blizzard to ensure we get a nice safe Blimp. So how do you go about this? Well, the best thing is keep your heroes alive. That's honestly my best bet to you all. So we're going to start our Lalo super early here. Come back and freeze. I think that's a good freeze. Now, my best advice is look at this last Hound of mine. Its job's to go across the core of the base and pull up any trap that there is. We're going to freeze again, and essentially we're just trying to maximize our heroes here. We freeze. And then all our Headhunters are down. The Lalo is coming across. It is extremely messy, but look what's happening. Do you notice anything to kill my heroes? There is a defensive king, and that's it. But other than that, my heroes are still up. And honestly, it looks terrible. It looks terrible. But it doesn't matter, right? You just gotta overrun the base. Use your Lalo to tank for your heroes. Now, we didn't really talk about the actual Lalo deployment there. Hopefully, you kind of watched it from me. But use, because you're gonna have 3 hounds, use 2 of them to tank and the last one to cut across the middle of the base. Pick up all those red bombs, even tank the heroes. Sneak the headhunters in when there's no ground damage, and you should be set. Okay, Jesus is helping out again here. I know we kind of just saw me do the Warden Blimp on this base, but if you don't enjoy the Warden Blimp and all the risk that comes with it, may as well see how you Lalo normally for a Blizz Lalo on a ring base. And we can have a look at what he's doing here. So, it's obviously not looking like his hero is going to go for the Town Hall, but starting the Lalo down the bottom, he's trying to force his heroes into the court. Now, yet again, doesn't matter whether it's with the Warden Blimp or a regular Lalo. On ring bases, you go really heavy on your initial deployment because look at it, it's just not that wide. There's not many different defenses, so essentially, this is actually, it looks terrible because it's slightly too plumped, but I consider this a good deployment, and that's an insane Warden ability, because look at it, the loons all spread out. We get our last Lava Hound in that Warden as well, as you can tell, but it's considered good deployment because you're just rolling over the base. We still got this Lava Hound and a few balloons here, and look how many spells we're chilling on. Will he invis for his queen? Yes, he does. Our RC is still up as well. Queen, Warden, Owl, trying to take out the single. They're actually struggling. We haste here. By the way, this looks really bad, but he's got so many spells. He's kind of swagging about here, trying to swag as many spells as possible on the video. I consider that a pretty good hit. Now, obviously, this is something that, you know, this sort of Lalo that you probably do when you have the greater mechanics and you can believe in your heroes to get the Town Hall, because it does look a little bit risky. But that heavy deployment, the Warden ability to get a Lava Hound and the Headhunters, it's all the same. Doesn't really matter what style of base you're hitting on. Just the difference on a ring base is you go super heavy, super early. Okay, so ring bases with Queen charging into the Lalo. Obviously, it's a bit of a mess. I'm going to struggle to commentate this, but as you can tell, we've used the Flame Flinger. We've used the Flame Flinger, we've used our King and our RC, which is kind of what you normally see. And now there's actually not that much to Lalo, so we have to invis that. We're going to start our Lalo here as the Flame Flinger is locked onto by the Eagle. And this is all about, we're going to have to pop our Queen ability there, just making sure that the Galloons are going to go into the core. We spread everything out. We've got one freeze, which we're going to use like that. And it's just about, we've got these 2 Headhunters. We're going to time them. We're going to haste our loons in the Warden ability. Unfortunately, we can't keep our Queen alive. But look at this. We haste our balloons. We've got 1 Rogue Wizard Tower up the top. But look at these balloons. There's just simply too many of them. And even though we went so heavy early on and we, you know, there wasn't actually good Lalo deployment, you just got to overwhelm them. You've done all the work with the Queen Charge. Just finish the base off with the Lalo. Really tight and compact. Maximize the value from your spells. No matter if you're doing Queen Charge Lalo or Blizzard Lalo, Diamond bases present kind of a very interesting style of base. Obviously, value spread throughout the base. Now, generally, there's only 2 types of Lalos that you'll do. Doesn't really matter if you're doing Blizz Lalo or Queen Charge Lalo. You're either going to Lalo through the Town Hall. So if you like Queen Charge, like all of this, or if you Blizzard here and Sui, the center like that. So either Lalo the Town Hall or you're going to Lalo through the Eagle. And in this, I'm going to show you a Queen Charge Lalo where we Lalo through the Town Hall, and a Blizzard Lalo where we Lalo through the Eagle but do something really creative to get our Headhunters to take down the defensive air heroes instead of the BK. Okay, one of the most common questions I get for particularly Diamond bases is Hooked. How can I do this Eagle Lalo? So as you can tell, we're going to Lalo over the Eagle here with this setup. How do I Lalo over the Eagle when A, the defensive King is right here, and B, the defensive RC is over there? I can't get all my Headhunters through the King in the Warden ability and then make it all the way to the RC and live. It's a good question. Headhunters, obviously an extremely important part of Blizz Lalo, important part of any Lalo, in fact, to kill those defensive air heroes. So hopefully Jesus here can show you one way to get around it. And you'll notice he is yet to deploy his Grand Warden. Look, there's actually not that much damage in this back end compartment. The Lava Hound's doing great work. Notice how the RC's tanking, and look at this Warden ability. I didn't even catch it properly, but we get the Warden ability with the Headhunters. They go straight after the enemy RC. Now they're coming back to help out with the King to help our RC out. She actually lives, but that Wardened Lava Hound and Headhunters is just so strong like that. So that's another way to do it. If you don't actually have to use your Lava Hound, your Grand Warden, then save them for an area of the base where you can get the Headhunters in. Now, if there was like a multi-inferno on the outside of the base over here, you either have to freeze it or commit your Warden there. It's just one or the other. But if you don't have to use your Warden, save them for a place where you do have to use them, particularly if you're worried about the Headhunters. Now, I'm sure if he used his Warden here and Lalo through the Eagle, he probably would have got it anyway, as he has the RC that he might have been able to get in the Warden ability. But if you don't have that luxury, just switch up whether you place your Warden. Where you put him doesn't have to be with your first set of loons. And this is something that I think not a lot of people understand. Okay, so Queen Charge Lalo on a diamond. As you can tell, we've got a pretty nice opener here. We've got our RC. We're going to lead her there to take down this air defense so we can more accurately get our Hound to go behind the Town Hall. Get our loon deployment down. Hopefully this Hound should activate. We hang on to a couple of balloons that I'm actually going to use already. I try and get the freeze there. It doesn't quite work. That's alright. We invis the RC. I wardened, but unfortunately we missed some of the balloons. We haven't got too much Lalo left. I'm going to try that. RC is still up with her ability. She pops. And I actually think we get this. Unfortunately, that loon died. Actually would have been worth freezing that, which is a bit weird to think about, but would have. But I think we still get this with time. Not a convincing sort of hit, obviously. Could have gone much, much better. But you see the power of Laloing through the Town Hall, and as long as you can get that Nader and then Rage or Haste off the Town Hall, you are going to be set. We're actually getting a little close on time here, but we are going to swag one spell. Also shows how nice it is to have the RC with the Lalo as well. 4, 3, 2... Perfectly done, and that is how to Lalo through the Town Hall on a diamond or even on a box. Okay, so that's it for the Lalo guide today. I hope it all made sense to you guys. I know it didn't like flow as well as some of my other guides that I've done, but I felt like I really needed to show you the live attacks, see it in action. You understand all the concepts from the beginner guide. It's just about putting it into action. If you've got any more questions, let me know down below. And I guess if we've got enough, we could do another guide. But I feel like that was pretty comprehensive right there. Just different ways to attack, different style of bases, and how you deploy your balloons, whether it be thick or thin. But I hope you guys enjoyed that. If you did, like, comment, and subscribe. And hopefully, I'll see you soon.